Everyone, Highlander here. What are we doing today? We are saving you some time. I've painstakingly gone through the quickest possible method for beating 1 vs 1s against medium AI, and I do so because I kind of find it interesting, and I think that's a little bit weird, but that's okay. We are playing on the map Incineration Zone. Why is that? Because it is the fastest possible rush distance. It is 40 seconds for an SCV to get from A to B on Incineration Zone. That's 6 seconds faster than Steps of War, so don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Why does everyone think it's Steps of War? Because it was the only map with a short rush distance that was in the map pool for any material time. This was in the Blizzard map pool for like a month or so, at the most. So, anyways, when we're playing as Terran, we're going to be versing opponent Terrans. We're going to start with a supply depot on about 10 supply, and then we're going to be trying to follow that up with a barracks as soon as we possibly can thereafter. As soon as we get that barracks up, we use that same little SCV to build a bunker, and then we follow him up with another SCV. Now, whenever you're playing as Terran, you're always going to be playing a Terran opponent. Even if you're random, and you're playing as random because you want to do that, you get twice the win count because it counts as a random win and it counts as a win as whatever race you used. Always choose your opponent as being Terran. It's the easiest. Zerg have creep. That inhibits you if you've got a cannon rush, so that sucks. Don't choose opponent Zergs. You don't want to choose opponent Protoss, because if you're playing again as Zerg, it can be really annoying because one zealot is very effective against Zerglings and you're going to be Zergling rushing. So you always want to play against Terran. If you're Terran, you're going to be doing a bunker rush just like this. So we're going to pick up the pace so you can see how this plays out. I don't want to waste your time because you're here to save time. So here we go. If you've got an idle SCV, use them to harass something if you can. You know, attack a command center or harass a building SCV, do something like that. You get your Marine out, don't let him attack stuff yet. Wait until your bunker is finished. Why? Because their SCVs will go and attack him, and that's just annoying. It slows you down. You get your 2 SCVs here now. You're building stuff as quickly as you can. Try and get an orbital up if you've got the dosh. That'll speed things along for you because you can just dump some extra supply on here if you need to. The real thing is for you to build Marines as quickly as you can. If you planned out a little bit better, you got your supply depots up, no problems. GG in 4.5 minutes. Don't let anyone tell you that you should be doing a 3 racks push at 10 minutes. 4.5 minutes in game time is actually a little bit long. You should be able to get that under 4 minutes if you're really, really good. I'm not that good. You don't need to be. 4.5 minutes is all you need. Let's take a look at when we're playing as Zerg. Bam, we're playing as Zerg. Now, when we're playing as Zerg, if we've random Zerg, our opponent's still going to be Terran, aren't they? Why is that? Because every time we play as random, we're going to be facing as Terrans. Now, if you're Terran, and you know you're going to be Terran because you chose to be Terran, your opponent is still going to be Terran. For Zerg, that's a little bit different, but we're going to cover that later. Right now, we don't know what we were going to be when we went into this game, so we've ended up Zerg, we know our opponent's Terran, and we're going to just do a 7-pull rush. What's that? You build 1 drone right at the start. That takes you to 7 supply. As soon as you get 200 minerals, get that spawning pool down. And as soon as that spawning pool is down and started, you're going to try and get 2 drones as quickly as you can. Follow that by 1 overlord. The overlord will finish at about the same time as the spawning pool, and that means that you'll have some cash. You'll have about 150 terms of minerals, and you'll have about 3 larvae. That's all you need to send 6 Zerglings at their base, and the medium AI is not very smart, can't really handle that very well. So we're just going to go through this at double speed. You can see this game took 5 minutes. Once again, you can do this a little bit more effectively than I've done it here. I am not that good. You don't need to be. So we're going to keep pushing through. Now, just while I'm waiting, you might have already done all of your Protoss achievements. You might have already done your 100 wins as Protoss because you were just cannon rushing some insane AI to start off with. That's cool. Still play as random because you need your random wins anyways. But every time you get Protoss, just can the game. Just quit it. Just exit. Don't try to win them as Protoss to get your random wins. You're wasting your time. It's not effective in the long run. Don't worry, I've done the math. So, when you're attacking, if you don't have enough links to take on SCVs, that's fine. Just pick on a building. Wait for any Marines to come out. Any Marines should be killed off right away. Zergling's very cost effective against Marines as long as they start off up close, so that's great. And you wait for those SCVs to come out, and if you just run away, they'll peel off, and as soon as you've got 1 or 2 SCVs that are all that's chasing your links, kill it. That's all you have to do. Try not to engage too many SCVs with too few Zerglings. You'll still win, but it takes longer. We don't want to waste any time. Let's take a look what happens when we're not playing as random. We know we're going to be Zerg. So what's different about this game? This game, we've chosen to be Zerg. And when we choose to be Zerg, we know we're Zerg. We know what our opponent's going to be, because we get to pick it. And what are we going to pick? We aren't going to pick no Terran. We're going to pick Zerg. Because when they're Zerg, they have creep. And when they have creep, we have spine crawlers. And where do we put those spine crawlers? We put them in their face. You know it. I know it. You're going to own this. You're going to own it in good time. As soon as you can, you build a drone right off the bat. Then you're just saving up for 200 minerals to drop down at 7 supply. Why are we going to do all of this? Why are we going to do this a little bit differently? Well, you remember when we did a 7 pool Zergling rush? That took 5 minutes. How long is this going to take? 3.5 minutes. And what are you going to do with that time? You're going to save 1.5 minutes each game. You're going to do this maybe 100 times. So you can think to yourself, well, what can I do with that? I might spend that time watching The Notebook with the girlfriend. She'll love it. She'll love me. And then you get to think back and you think, Highlander, thank you. I wouldn't have had all that time with my girlfriend and all the time that followed that with my girlfriend if you hadn't given me the time by saving me on these achievements. That's alright, I'll take the thanks later. It's all good. As soon as you get your spawning pool about 1/3 done, take 2 drones right off the line. Send them straight for their base. You can build 1 more drone after that, but don't build any more than that. You're taking those 2 drones and you're going to stick them right behind this mineral line, right where they can't get to it. As soon as you've got your 200 minerals and you've dropped those 2 spine crawlers, that's fantastic. From there on, don't build a single drone for the rest of your life. All you need to do is build Zerglings and you send them right here. You don't actually need to build Zerglings, but it saves you a little bit of time, and that's what we're about here today. So I'm going to pick this up to speed it along. See those spine crawlers go up? They don't know what to do. Why not? Because they're a medium AI and they're stupid, and we're humans and we're intelligent. There we go, that's it. 3.5 minutes. All you need to know. And in case you're wondering how to do this as Protoss, it's really easy. You just go pylon forge, cannon rush, in their base, in their face. Works every time. Easy peasy. Don't let anyone tell you need to start at the bottom of a ramp. That's what you do for insane AI, not what you do for medium AI, who are incredibly stupid. So this is all you need to do, and you can see I've done it here in 3.5 minutes. Some people tell you to do a 2-gate. It'll take you forever compared to this. So don't listen. This is what you need to do. If you think I'm going to save you some time with these videos, that's great. Please press like for me. If you think this stuff's great, if you want to hear more about this kind of thing, please press subscribe. And I do achievement news, relevant mainly and entirely designed for achievement junkies. And if you're watching this video, I know you're an achievement junkie. Otherwise, guys, thanks very much. Best of luck.